There is none if there is none.
That's the world that we live in. So I think we should be. And then what I'll do is don't mind me, but I'm going to look over here once in a while, see this,
right,
and make sure that we're good.
Okay.
And then you keep this. Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
I'm in my comfy zone.
Marquez.
Yeah. What? How has it been?
I've been getting more and more people that get excited when I'm having people, but you literally, I think you're breaking the internet right now.
I don't know.
Because you're not supposed to be here. Marquez doesn't live in Florida.
This is like I said, what is a couple weeks back when you were asking for a veteran or
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we plan to come here for a baby shower.
Okay.
Which, we'll probably get across to. And I was like, I'll be there. So let me just mention it. And the second I mentioned it, I guess a few other people had just, requested, yeah, that'd be good. Get him. I was like, I didn't realize how many people wanted to hear the story or whatnot, or were even interested.
Well, most importantly, I'm excited to, from a selfish perspective. I love you so much.
Yeah.
And coming from the same hood and graduating together, we're going to have to take this from the very top. So here we go. For those that don't know, which if you don't know this beautiful man, then you're going to get to know him. But Marquez, very dear friend of mine, grew up together, been through a lot of fun stories, a lot of hard times, good times. And for those that don't know, he doesn't live here anymore, and I miss you very, very much. But let's take it for the people that are listening. Let's get it from it's 2002. We're graduating high school.
Yes.
Marquez is going into. Now, you didn't go right away.
I went right away.
You did go right away. You, Skylar.
It starts a little bit earlier than that.
Okay.
Let's see. What people don't know, we were in the same class.
Close to so people can.
We were in the same class. However, I was a little bit of a troublemaker, as a lot of people may know, and it was sort of the push for me to join the Marines. Actually, I've had a little incident. I'm sure you could probably research it and find it, but with a smoke bomb in school. You remember that at all?
I do. I think I do.
It was pretty shocking. It was just dumb, extremely dumb. So that made me, that got me in a lot of trouble, obviously, especially post 9/11,
right,
in a public school, very, very post 9/11.
Right.
So I was tagged with, a lot of stuff. One being expelled from school. This is at the end of the year.
Right. We were seniors, right?
Yes, we were seniors. So, with that, I was able to graduate, but not with the class. I never got to walk. A lot of people didn't realize that, but I did get a diploma, so mailed in, which was great. The point's getting it right.
Got it.
But from there it was like, all right, this is gonna be a big hole to fill. Time out. Aaliyah Abanto in the background. My beautiful girlfriend. Hello. Sorry, didn't mean to leave. People are like, who's this girl in the back? Totally forgot.
She's the producer now.
We got too into it to even introduce this beautiful lady joining me for a few minutes before she heads out. But that is the mother of my soon-to-be child. Within, I think 7 weeks away.
What a show! This is the first ever baby announcement.
Big
episode.
Big time,
So 30-ish weeks. I think I was just talking with her behind the scenes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Perfect timing. Introduce you. Love you. Have fun. Enjoy the sun.
You come back. We don't.
Enjoy the sun.
Worst case, we don't have any clothes on or something. Just go with,
Yep.
Bye, Don.
All right. That's the Uber.
Oh, the Uber. Huh.
Yes.
Let me hit this door.
Okay.
Wow, Mark, take it from there. So I bet you a lot of people don't obviously know about this is. I remember hearing about. Of course, who couldn't remember? The ruckus
Yeah, it was. I mean, unless you were like extremely close or even associated with it. This wasn't a one-man job, by the way.
Understood.
What happened in school? All right,
This came up in another show, you know that, right?
Huh?
This came up in the I think it was the Brandon Brown one. But anyways, yeah. So yes, this was a big operation. I remember. I don't think much too depth about it.
I'm not gonna give out any names.
Yeah,
but
you got in some poo poo and things got serious.
I mean, it's all said and done, so it wouldn't matter at this point. It's just a good laugh because
you got out of it.
Yeah,
it was a scary time though.
I had yes, it was scary, especially when you're a kid. You have no idea what's coming next, and you're just about to make decisions of your life when you're at that age, like 17, 18. It was like going to college or whatnot, and it just took a real quick turn.
Yep. So you're like we all were, but in addition to just the normal freak mode, your freak is you don't know what you're gonna do.
That first initial thing was my parents. Oh man, you know, growing up strict. So like, man, I'm gonna get it. However, they were more afraid for me, knowing that serious situation it was.
Right.
So it was just a mess. And it was actually an accident. Like, I actually didn't want to go on with it. And here's what happened. We were in between periods. You know, you get your periods. There's a couple minutes in between. We got out of class literally. Me, and a few others anyways. The 200 and 700 building, that little stairway that goes around.
Yep.
All right, I was in the middle of it. One was upstairs, one was downstairs, looking out like, all right, let's do this before the bell rings. As soon as the bell rings, well, it was just like, it was literally like a military grade smoke bomb that you can smoke out the whole place. I mean, it's not really dangerous besides.
Right. And once again, for those that, it was a weird era to be in a schooling environment because what 9/11 was weird, man. I mean, we were
didn't think about that.
We were juniors, but of course we didn't think about it. But the society and the powers that be were really, I mean, like, you can't say bomb on an airplane kind of situation. Like that was when things
public
were
school,
right?
Kids.
So once again, I mean, looking back on it, it's chuckle worthy. But I mean, crazy. I can. So
no, it's wild. It's just wild thinking about half the stuff that we did. Like you said, like there's so many things that we did, and this is just like one of the many.
That was near the end of the. Wasn't that near the end of the year though? Wasn't it?
It was. I think we were getting close to like midterms in our final semester as a senior, and like at that time, everyone's already the last 2 or 3 months. There was really nothing left to do.
Right.
Finished some finals and whatever.
You're out.
And then, but yeah, like when it happened, like I was preparing the thing, and it like I didn't really know how it worked. So I was like, hey, I'm not doing this. The bell rung, people were flooding the hallways. So I had my binder in on my arm, and I was holding it, and I'm walking down the hallways. And I'm like, I'm just going to my next class, whatever. Out of nowhere, I just hear in my arms, just lit up, and I just go, I drop it, and you know how the teachers are standing outside of the classrooms.
Aren't you at the top of the 200? Top floor?
Yes, now I'm on the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up, and I was I was like in between the two buildings still. And I'm walking, and it just lights up, and I'm like, oh wow. Drop, all eyes,
Of course.
just staring at me, and I'm like,
how big was it?
It was a tube about, I don't know, 14 inches, and it came out of a canister.
Oh, jeez.
So it was like, the Army Green canister at that. And so it was pretty legit.
It drops your booking.
I didn't really book. I'm just like,
I
casually walk out to the courtyard, and I look out, and people are looking like, what the? And I see a bunch of it was Matt Hamer, rest in peace. First person I saw, and I'm like, I need your help. I don't know what to do. He's like, look what's happening. I was like, it's me. I did that.
Oh my
they saw me do that.
Oh, because Matt didn't know.
He didn't know.
Not a lot of people knew.
No, there was like less than 3 people that knew.
Right.
And they're like, what are you gonna do? I was like, any advice would work right now. Just go to your next class or something. And I'm like,
did you have anything on you? Was there like
no, there was no marks. There was no
except for you freaking.
My folder just lit up, I guess. It's got probably all my stuff with my name on it. So there's no getting out of this.
Right.
Anyways, I went to the class. Not even 2 seconds into the class, I got officers out on the outside of the thing, and I'm like, and it starts. Here it is. But anyways, just little mishaps. Got in a little bit of trouble, obviously. They just realized it's just a prank. They at first charged it for like a terrorist act. It was severe.
That. 17
and
years
I'm
old
like, oh, how do I get out of this?
Right.
I before that happened, I've had thoughts of joining the military. I've wanted to, and I've seen it, and given that, like, if anyone knows my family, I got my brothers.
Yep.
Soap being the oldest, Mace, Misak, rest in peace as well. And then Mike, the youngest, and they were all big boys.
Yep.
And me, I was super tiny. Like these guys, I'm talking over 6 feet. And I believe into my senior year, I was 4'7". People like, no way. I was like, you don't remember?
No, I remember.
Yeah, but you but you think about it, it's like, how are you a senior, 17, 18 years old, and you're 4'7"?
Yep.
Barely hitting 100 pounds.
Yep.
I was like, okay. So I had a lot of that, a lot of shoes to fill as far as like my older brothers always bigger, and we'd get in the scruffs every day. And, it's like, I got to step up though. So I built a little bit of pride, which eventually gave me the ultimate decision of joining the Marine Corps rather than the Air Force or Navy.
Were we already?
Graduation was the end of May.
Right.
I left June 1st.
Wow, so you were right. I forget when it was exactly.
Right after my birthday, May 29th.
Now
it was like a few days after.
Did you and Skylar and you guys all went together, right?
Okay. We did go together. Well, I joined first.
Okay.
I'll get to the explain how he got there. Satrak also went. Him and Skylar were a few months after. And they did like a buddy system where they were in boot camp together.
You were solo though?
I was solo.
I never knew this.
Yes, I went solo. Wow. I sort of paved the way. Then Mike, my younger brother, went. Okay. John Boback.
All right.
BJ. A lot of other people from this county actually in the Marine Corps at that too, not just Navy, Air Force or anything. So I don't know if my decision had sort of a butterfly effect with other people, or maybe they were already interested in the Marine Corps. It just happened to be so. Everyone went in the Marines, but I wouldn't take a second of it back. Marines was
so. Let's get there with it, because obviously we're all starting to grow up. We all kind of start to people are going to colleges, people are doing things. Right. I don't have any contact with you then, and I know now what was your let's talk about it. I mean, what was your
my MOS? Obviously Marine Corps, very proud, tough, they have their name. And they're like, well, what job do you want? When I did my tests for the ASVAB, I could have gotten any job.
Nice.
Whatever it may be. However, I was like, I'm going to join the infantry. It's like, there's no sign-in bonus. All the other ones got like $20,000 sign-in bonuses. I'm like, I made it this far. I'm not going to stop at a paper clerk. If I'm going to be in the Marines, I'm going to be in the Marines, right? So yes, that's what I did. I went in as an infantry, gun in hand, everything. So boot camp, fresh out of high school, boot camp. After boot camp, I did my School of Infantry training. This is all up in boot camp in South Carolina, Parris Island, stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Now we're talking about 2000 and after boot camp and everything. Still 2002. No, still 2002.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
December.
Right. That's true.
It was only 6 months.
Yep.
Boot camp was 3 months, and then the School of Infantry training was another 3 months. So now it's December, and I'm just finishing all my training. Now I'm getting put into a unit. They assigned me to a unit right there in North Carolina. The second I get in, it's like, yeah, we're preparing to go to Iraq in about 20 days. I was like, just out of school, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's all going. I'm like, all right. For me, I'm just like, I'll just go with it. It wasn't, I didn't really think about it too much. The reality of it didn't hit until like I was, in foot in dirt. So, but went out on a Navy ship. We went out there January. It took about 30 days to get into the Persian Gulf.
Wow.
quite a ride. That smell still lingers in my nose hairs. With just 10,000 men scrunched up together in a little. Wow.
Can we like time out there? Where was Marques mentally? Were you prepared? Were you freaking? Were you regretting? Were you?
I've always been able to like just go with it. I have very late emotions, I guess. When it hits, though, it hits. Like,
but you weren't like, so you were were you like abnormally calm or something? Like, you know what I mean? Were you kind of just going to somewhere?
I didn't know what to expect.
You didn't even know what to expect.
I'm 18 and just turned 18, just out of school. And then you think you know everything, but I didn't know it. We didn't know anything.
Of course.
I was clueless of what I was getting into.
So you get there.
We get there.
Is it like a scene out of a movie, or is there organized chaos, so to speak?
Speaking of movie, another movie that got me like fired up for that. Remember Black Hawk Down?
Of course.
It was like intense at the time. Yeah. I remember seeing that with Patrick Kelly, and we were one weekend, and I was like, "Oh man, we want to go out there and do something." And I thought that was one of the things that when I thought about.
Right.
But anyways, yes, it is sort of like a movie. Just like even the sounds of like gravel on your boots and the ear silence when you first get there, it's like nothing besides like hundreds of guys walking in a line, and you just hear the crunching of the dirt, and I'm like, it sounds like this is real right now.
Right.
But yeah, we get there. Don't know what to expect. We don't really get much info. The higher ups, the officers and everything, they're the ones with the intel.
Right.
It'll dwindle down to us eventually.
Right. So you don't know what the heck's going on.
Whatever orders we get, that's what we're
That's
what we're bred to do, I guess. But yeah, we sit out there. We set up camp. We were the first. Now my unit, 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines. Hoorah! If any of you guys out there are watching,
there will
be. We were the tip of the spear is the nickname of the battalion.
Wow.
And we were the first Marine Corps unit assigned to cross the Kuwaiti-Iraqi border. Wow. So there was the only one in front of us is enemy.
Wow.
Everyone behind is friendly. So we were the first ones out. We were sitting in Kuwait. We set up camp, tents, sleeping bags, desert, dirt. No hot food, no showers. They set up porta johns for us to use, and that's about it as far as the modern world has provided for us.
Wow.
Bottled waters, obviously, to hydrate.
Is there anybody amongst you, Mark, that's like is starting to freak out yet? Like where you're like, bro, get your people.
I don't know how some of the guys like chose to be in the Marines. But, once you get there, though, they'll sort of beat it in your head how to be a Marine.
Right.
But some guys just weren't prepared for it. However, that's why it's a tight unit. Everyone's going to be – you're as strong as your weakest person. So everyone's pretty much –
So how many days in are we at this point? Like we're about crossing
30
the border?
30 days on sea into Kuwait. We don't – there's no orders for anything yet. We're on standby. Kuwait
so you're just pitched tent on that border –
Yep, close by the border.
You getting fired at yet or anything crazy? I mean, or is it?
We don't know. We could be. They know we're there. It's pretty secure because that's our main base. That's where we're setting up. But there could be. You don't know. You don't know what to expect. Nobody knows. We're always on high alert. We're on watch 16 hours a day, 8 hours for your own time. But all perimeters of the camp right there needed to be secure. So. 30 days in Kuwait in the dirt, losing our mind. I mean, we're just staring at each other. Like, think about sitting outside on the beach for a day by yourself. You just, you'll get bored.
Right.
Times that by another 30 days, Actually, it's a couple days ago. I'm on a Facebook page with a lot of the Marines that I served with, and around this time of year, we post our anniversary of crossing that border, which was this past weekend.
Hell yeah!
So it was sort of when that sort of like clicked, and I was like,
Right.
it's perfect timing
Yes.
for me to go there. And I've seen all the posts that they put. I got a few pictures. I'm gonna see if I can find a link.
Yeah, I'll put it. I've been getting more requests to that. So after the show, you'll give me the link, and we'll anything
there's a whole album.
Okay.
Thousands of pictures of.
I saw one on your header, on your Facebook header.
That was in Afghanistan. Wow. That was But okay, back to the timeline. 30 days out in Kuwait. I remember this part. It was March 19th, 2003, and we're all sitting in the out there in the dirt. Our colonel comes out and makes an announcement, brings the whole battalion together. George Bush, who was the president at the time, just made an announcement, and the announcement was, Saddam Hussein, you have 72 hours for you and your troops to leave because we're coming in. The second that news was said, you got 3,000 guys who were bored out of their minds, just going, right. Like, oh my gosh, these guys are savages. Right. Like, we're about to go do, and these guys are just like screaming for it. I'm like, this is, and it pumped everybody up. Right. We were all just like, I think we were more ready to get out of this damn desert than it was than getting out there. But
so you remember March 19th?
Oh, March 19th.
Here we go.
Yep. Once you see the photos, man, I wish you could do a timeline with it, but it's sort of like timeline with what I'm saying. But
good, Ali.
The convoy we set up, we pretty much already had everything set up, jumped in our trucks and everything. I was actually in a mortar platoon with the infantry at the time, and we pretty much, obviously providing support with the front lines, right there with them. Anyways, we jumped on convoys. I could just remember, just as far as I can see forward and as far as I can see back, all of the Humvees and the trucks and everything that we did. And now we're going in there. And the closer we get, at the time, there's already, jets and planes.
Our boys?
Yes, our boys. Bombs, smoke, and fires. And at nighttime, have you seen the movie Jake Gyllenhaal? He's out there.
People are now commenting. They're probably saying it. We can't get sucked in though.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
But it's okay. You're just saying like a night panorama of bombs. You can
see the bombs. You can see the artillery flying overhead. Artillery can shoot up to 30 miles, something like that. 26.
So you're seeing all this.
It's you can see just go over and you see
a laser show.
I'm like, this is nuts.
Right.
Like you try to, when we stop at night and make our post, and I get my few hours of rest that I get to get. Or when you're on watch and you just hear,
right.
I'm like, when is it gonna land? Counting it down. Even looking up at the stars, like I remember laying down, I see like, is a star moving? I was like, no, it's gotta be a satellite or something, because it's moving around. I don't know, or drone, or I don't know what.
You don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on.
And then the oil rigs, all the oil wells, just lit on fire for miles as far as you can see.
Now didn't they do that themselves? We don't really know. Well,
I don't know.
That's what I think was in the news.
I remember
they were like self-sabotaging them.
So that way, we couldn't. Which is pretty crazy because now, as far as people ask me, it's like, oh, did you like what you did? And I'm like, it doesn't matter if I liked it or not. I made a decision. There's been a few videos that came out with the guy like, I don't know why we were there. I didn't like it. And I'm like, listen, you joined. It's your decision. You signed.
Right.
Now, that's your job. A lot of people don't like their jobs.
Right.
That's just a thing. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you like a job. You got to take orders. Right. That's your job. So like it or not,
we'll get into
your negativity will get someone else killed or get someone else hurt.
At some point, I want to talk to you about that because it was a really touching episode where I had the two-time Vietnam
War vet. Yes, I was into that a little bit too.
Unbelievable to hear the story, but we'll talk about I just consider them the knuckleheads that come back with like this, like Mark made the decision to go. Like, we're gonna go over here. Yeah, we're gonna get some oil and we'll go over here. Like you were fighting for us and protecting us. So
I was very proud of that. The pride didn't really hit me until afterwards. Like I'm happy I did that. And when I came back and people saw like, hey,
let's not hold on. I want to get so we're there. No, I know because we're gonna.
Yeah.
We're there, and is it like? Is it? Once again, you talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are curious in general, but like you're there, and does it ever get to a point where you're like,
okay,
goes video game status where like shit's like out of control?
Yes, it does. For first off, you don't know where you are. You don't know what's around. You don't know what direction. Like, we're pretty much, you know, you got to be aware that you're trained to know where north, south, east, and west. Hopefully, that stuff. But we're out there and we have orders. Of course, there was a lot of when did it hit me first? Driving. We're still getting into it. It took us about a full night and a full day to drive out there. Convoys. And after we got to like the main city, there's a big history on this battle itself. It's weird thinking about that. Like, now I'm part of
history, man.
How they have battles of Iwo Jima or in the past. But this is the Battle of the Bridges, which is the first major city. I'm not sure if it's bigger or as big as Baghdad, but the first major city on Nasiriyah, which is the highway to get into Baghdad.
The bloodline of that.
That's our way. That's our route. We have to get through here. And then, excuse me, 2 bridges that pretty much cross the Euphrates and the Tigris River. And we had to occupy those bridges. So that was one of our main missions as a unit.
Secure this bridge
so our boys can get through. But as we were going through, before we even got there was an army unit. I can't remember which unit it was, but they were actually an army unit that went ahead to I just guide the way or something. I don't know what their mission was, but I do remember seeing army trucks blown up with RPGs on the side of the road on the same path we're going. Tanks just like left there, you know. They've been through some type of battle. They were getting attacked by something. And you're like, wake up. That could be us.
This is real.
Direction, 100%, like full focus. You can't slip. It's one shot here.
Right.
So, it's doing our job. Went out there. They got us out there. As a mortar, we were set up, digging through gravel and dirt to set our mortar pits, setting them up. We had to dig pits for ourselves as well, just in case. At the time, there was a lot of gas missiles and bombs that they can use as weapons. So if any of that happens, you have to have that. So half the day was digging.
Wow.
And we're just sitting there through rock with a small little shovel or whatever. And so just had to be prepared for anything really. And especially it was hot. Now we're talking, over there in the desert, it was getting pretty hot. End of March. We had mop gear, which is our gas gear. Then we have gas mask next to us, just in case,
any moment.
We always train to put it on quick, So super hot.
You're just gotta be.
It's made to not allow any moisture to get in there. So we're sitting in there, and it's 100 and something degrees, and I'm just in there, and I'm just like sweating. We're digging, and it's like brutal. And then I remember the rain. The first day, it rained for like a whole night, and all of our pits got flooded.
Oh man!
And that's where we had to sleep in. So I was sleeping in a muddy, watery pit.
Right.
It's crazy. And then my very first firefight, I remember it pretty clear. We have our watches, so about 16-hour watches, and we had 8 hours just to like sit and do nothing.
Right.
But it was when I had the time to relax. I'm sitting in our mortar pit, and I rest my head down for a second. And
was it daytime or nighttime?
It was daytime, middle of the day. And I just finally probably closed my eyes for a second. I get these like images of like a dream almost of shooting. And I hear shooting, and I'm like, I open my eyes. I see people running around. Get out, guys. Right now, I can't remember what anyone said. All this just screams at my face. And I'm like, what? Just aiming at a direction. And there's like these buildings, these fields. And I'm just like, that direction? All right. Everyone gets down, just lays down, just fires that way. I don't even know what we were shooting at.
Right.
Firing that way. But you do hear like shots coming from that direction at us. So it's like someone shooting at us. We don't know. And everyone's just aiming. Like, this is first time for everybody here, so they're pretty much in the same situation as me.
Right.
I see one of our docs. He ran out.
A medic, you mean?
A medic. Usually Navy corpsmen. They are. We have one per every platoon. So, anyways, I seen him. He ran out in a ditch behind and was curled up down. And I'm like, oh God, he's obviously freaking out. I'm like, okay, I can't let's distract. Aim back down. And I remember that they were saying the buildings. That was like maybe the only place they could be in. So we had our mortars. Those buildings are maybe, I don't know, 2 football fields away.
Oh wow.
Which is not far at all.
It's not far.
400 meters, you know. So we set our mortars in, and it's like we have a whole line of mortars. They're like direct fire at the building. So we're trying to find out the location of the building exactly, so we can set it up on our dials, set up the mortar. All I remember is that mortar looking straight up like that. Like to go for 200 meters, that's not far, you know. It just I'm like, is this gonna come back down on us?
I'll just throw this thing.
I'm like, so we set it up, start firing rounds, like free fire. So we have our rounds. These rounds are 30 pounds a piece, whatever. Boom, drop them in. And then all 8 mortar pits at that building, and you can just see, bah, 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 bah. That thing is just in smokes now. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I was more scared of one of these mortars, like kicking back and shooting straight up. But I'm scared of hitting myself, even though I'm shooting it at who God knows who's in there.
Right.
You know? But you don't think about that until after the match. You're like, oh shoot. And then after that happened, they had
what did that last? Was it like was it seconds, but felt like like days?
A year.
Yeah, I know. I can
know,
imagine
but
it
probably didn't last more than
minutes.
3 to 5 minutes.
Imagine, it's crazy.
And all that happened in 3 to 5 minutes. Like, and then it's just silence.
Memories that are going to last.
Ceasefire. Didn't hear anything. I'm like, well, either the target got, eliminated, or they ran off, or something. Plus, civilians were asked to move to leave, but where are they going to go?
Yeah,
because they're home. Like, just leave. That's the thing with war. There's sad. It's crazy, but you can't really think about that kind of stuff. What I thought about most was, I loved it. I loved my family, my friends. Mm-hmm. It was a tight group here in Flagler. We all grew up together. So, those are the things that run through my mind. I'm like, I'm here.
Right.
If I ever get the opportunity, people always ask, like, it's like, yeah, well, I'm not going.
Right.
Tell you that much.
Right.
So you gotta do sometimes. But after the mess, the cleanup, we go out there. You'll see cows. You'll see
just
goats.
Everything.
Like a good piece of filet right there. Hot meal.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
So didn't you do the full? You did a full 4. You did a full. Did you stay longer than the 4? I don't remember.
No.
Did your 4?
Yeah, they squeezed a lot in. And
so let's go. Like that's Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Iraq was a little over 6 months.
And then when do you get put to?
We came back. Loved being back. It was like, this country never looked so beautiful.
I can imagine.
It was 4th of July.
Wow.
When I came back, I got a little bit of time to come back home. I think they gave us, I can't remember how many days they gave us, but we had a good amount of time to come home and just be with our families. We were probably one of the, as for being one of the first units to go out there, we did not lose anybody in our unit.
Nice, man. God bless.
A lot of injuries. Definitely a lot of injuries, but our colonel was like put up for so many awards and everything for. He's got, I believe he's got a book about like war strategies, and it's just crazy how his mind works. And now that I look at it, I
is he still with us?
Colonel Mortensen. I don't know where he is exactly. I'm sure.
Well, shout out to him, man.
Yes, he took care of us.
Looking back on it now, Mark, do you think, and realizing do you blame and a lot of that success on him because of the way, like looking back, like how?
Oh yeah,
he was able to orchestrate you guys.
He was a mastermind. And he, being a leader like that, that's what you want.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, I brought everyone back.
Right.
That's something real proud of. Like, I didn't lose anybody.
And you guys still keeping good touch? You're saying for the most part, most of the guys.
Yeah, we have a tight group that we still. I have them all on Facebook.
That's awesome.
And the social world is definitely easier to find somebody. If you can't find somebody, that means you weren't trying.
Yeah.
So
like Carlos de Santiago.
Yeah.
Can't find him.
I can't find him. Oh man, yeah.
But so let's do this, because I don't want, like I said, it's I really appreciate you sharing what you did, and as I've been blessed with getting to know more people that have defended our freedom and given us everything that we have, I know it's it's tough. It's not something that I normally like to talk about or bring up, even though it's something that's very there's a lot of curiosity, because it's like, what was it really like? But let's do this. Let's speed track. We're 4 years. We're out. We're getting out. We're timestamp 2005-ish?
Yeah, late 2005.
Do you remember that like it was yesterday? Like the month?
Oh, yeah.
The year?
I didn't know. Like, now I'm back to, what do I do now?
Yeah, you're a civilian again.
I have the opportunity for school,
On that note now, because I don't remember, I've never been through anything like that. And that's why my love for you is like on another level, and it always has been.
Right.
But
thanks.
Did you get? So some of the stories that I've heard slowly but surely as I've gotten older now is that these people that come back from war and you guys deal with, once again, just let's call them knuckleheads for lack of better words. Did you get any of that? Like the baby killer kind of?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't know for myself. I don't know, maybe a pride thing, but I just always found it like, I mean, PTSD is real. I firsthand witnessed guys that have completely lost it, and they definitely earned every right to lose it, because witnessing the stuff that they went through. I've seen a guy stab himself repeatedly in the chest over and over just because somebody was whistling with a 4-inch knife until he was hospitalized. We were just having a good old time in the barracks. I believe Skylar and stuff were with me, because he was actually assigned on my unit, which was crazy. Okay, Skylar went in afterwards. Let me get to this real quick. I went in Marines. I was in Iraq first. He was still in boot camp. You can go into thousands of units, wherever they want to assign you, pretty much. It's all over the world.
Right.
All right. One guy that I know that's in Marine Corps, Skylar Dixon, who we grew up with, dear friend. Shout out to Skylar if you're listening. He was assigned to a unit. He didn't know which unit. He's like, they're out in Iraq right now. They'll be back. So on our way back, there's maybe a couple dozen buses that we all filled in off of the ship, going back on the base, and they got these new recruits ready. Our families are waiting. Everybody's waiting signs. Oh my God, that's just that drive off.
Where'd you come back to?
Camp Lejeune. We actually stopped in Morehead City, which was offshore in North Carolina, and then we took buses from there into Jacksonville, North Carolina, where Camp Lejeune is located.
Okay.
Anyways, we get back into our area, and all these new recruits are taking our sea bags and our gear as we go to our families. No lie, out of all the buses, out of all the people that could have taken my bag, Skylar had no idea this was my unit. I literally handing the bag. I'm coming off the bus. I'm like, Skylar, what are you doing? He's like, I'm assigned to this unit, and he was the one getting my bag from me too.
No
at that,
way,
I'm like,
dude.
What the hell? Are you kidding me? I thought he just came there to see me or something. I'm
like, what are you doing? Like, what? You're wearing what I'm wearing.
But yeah.
What a moment!
I
never
probably
knew
that.
that.
I don't know if he's watching, but let me see.
I hope also too. Make sure you try to keep this. I'm getting more and more people that are like, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's get it closer up. That.
You have such a beautiful look. You got that voice. You got that sexy voice. So
yes.
You getting blown up, dude. I had never known that story. That Skylar's like, right. You're coming home, and he's this happens. What a moment.
Yeah. So that was like. So a lot of things hit me too. Like, we're gonna have a lot of fun together, which we did. It was great, right. And we went to Afghanistan together. We were side by side for the whole time.
What a
so having someone with me in my unit was great. Like, it nobody really knew each other like him and I did in there. So I guess a lot of people were jealous because everybody's new friends, but it's a brotherhood. So we're all.
Is that common? in the military in general that people, of course, like for those that don't know, that are listening that just don't know us in general, the bond that you and Skylar have is like it's not just acquaintances. It's not even if you were from the same zip code, that we would be already cool, let alone before. It's like, like you guys were literally so close. Is that normal for the military to have that kind of like,
yes,
you get put in, or do they frown upon that because they don't want you to be?
Let me tell you, I wanted to rip some of these guys' heads off, and I have at some point. We've scrapping every week with somebody. We were just animals.
Like what, like growing pains of living in close quarters. And...
when you smell each other's asses I'm sorry, but
no,
all day long, and it's just like you get annoying, right. And it's just it's like having an actual brother, I guess. But yeah, some of these guys I wanted to rip each other's heads off, but when the time came, no one's touching them. Right. That's how brotherhood works. So, yeah. But it was different with Skylar because we were already good friends. So it was like, at least we have someone to share it with.
Right.
And we'll be able to share it with for the rest of our lives, knowing that we'll be together he'll be around. But all the other guys, like I said, we're still all friends. So we still keep really tight. And it's more a Marine thing. I don't know how, but you see one on the Eagle Globe and Anchors running around. It's an automatic. Hey, brother, how's it going? You see all these guys with their vest, Vietnam, vet, Marine Corps. Like,
something indescribable.
So, what unit are you in, man? Oh yeah, I served there. And I was like, yeah,
right.
Share little stories. Going to VA is fun sometimes. The VFW is fun sometimes.
Yep.
Drinking, sharing a few stories with people. It's fun in there. Cheap drinks too.
Cash bar, baby.
Yep. But yeah, so that was great. Yeah. So when we came back right here in the pier, I remember 4th of July.
So wait, hold on now. Skylar's enlistment kind of overlapped with yours, so you're getting out.
I'll get out before him.
So you were like a year-ish together, and then he had another 3 or so.
We were together for a good over 2.5 years.
Oh wow!
We went to Afghanistan, then we went, and then another tour in Iraq.
Wow.
And then that was it.
So that's what it's like. You had 3 tours.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes, 3. I mean, some people were having 4 or 5 tours squeezing in there, and at that time it was like, get you out there. It's usually 6 months on, 6 months off, 6 months on, 6 months off. And the 6 months off is not really off. It's training for the next deployment.
Right.
But yeah, Afghanistan was a total different training than Iraq. We went out cold weather in the mountains.
Right.
Because it's cold, and it was totally different out there. Higher elevation, camel spiders.
Those are the big boys.
Yeah, you can hear them walk. That's so crazy. But yeah, it's 2 totally different places. Which Afghanistan wasn't as crazy because now I got a little bit of salt on my on my shirt now, and we gotta moving higher up. You're not bottom of the totem pole. When I was in Iraq, I'm the guy literally burning the shit.
Right. Literally.
So that's where, you'll see some pictures when I post it too. It's like, oh man, that smell will never leave either. Man, you had to, you can just, a couple thousand guys, where are they gonna put it at? Diesel fuel, light it on fire. But yeah, so we sort of prepared for Afghanistan a little more. And on top of that, Skylar was there with me. So, I'm feeling, all right, let's go do it again, But it wasn't as fast paced because it was a little more organized now. And it's already had a set up base out there, sort of, where, you can actually go out and get hot food at restaurants. So it was a little bit better there. And then when, I guess, it constantly develops these bases. So when you go back again to Iraq, it's like no more dirt and stuff. You got a store. There's a subway here. What the hell? It's like, or, whatever. But yeah, makes it a little bit easier, I guess, for everybody else. So a lot of the people that have been out there, I'm like, you don't know how it really was.
Right. Oh, like before it became.
Yeah, I got these guys like,
civilized.
I mean, they, they're out there, so give them credit.
No, right.
But 2010, I was like, yeah, you don't really know how it really was out there. Subway. Yeah, I was like, it was dirt. It's like we already cleared up. We already stepped on half the mines for you guys, so there's less for you to step on out there. But yeah, it's just a little cockiness, I guess. Hey, this is what I did. You didn't do it.
So you get out. Skylar's got another year or so, and I mean, this is still where I don't really have much interaction with you. Where did you come back straight to Flagler? Were you home, or did you?
I was.
Okay.
I came straight back. Lived out here.
How are you doing in that moment? Was Marquez?
Well, they give you these prepare for the civilian life classes.
Okay.
I'm like, this is just like,
well, it's school. We didn't do that in school.
It's just requirements,
yeah.
But it's not gonna help anybody with anything. If you had like mental issues or anything like that, Do
you mind me asking, like, how were you good? Like, were you, or did
I don't know.
You don't know.
Well, I'm just me. So I guess you don't know the mental health issue if you have it.
I guess that's true. Did you ever?
You would have to actually be diagnosed, which I never went to do. No, I don't have an issue. People was like, maybe you should get checked. Even some family members are like, I was always like, now I think about it now. Okay, I've changed a lot since when I first got out. I was really stubborn-headed, and just, I didn't really like to take too much direction, but sort of try to make my own, which is just, just like I said, stubborn-headed. I remember drinking a lot. Maybe it was just because the young and partying,
right.
Or maybe because, I did have some issues. And then I remember getting into a lot of fights.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a week that went by that I wasn't throwing hands at somebody or trying to beat someone's head in with a pool stick. It was bad. I was just like, and then I guess I just got a reputation of just being hothead, and I just sort of went with it. And then I also pushed me to do cage fighting.
Right.
Like, try this out. I was getting in trouble. Like, out of all the stuff that I'd done for the country, now don't come over back and start making an ass out of yourself.
Right.
Or end up in a ditch somewhere because, So
give me a timestamp too, because you're at that point. I think you were in a tornado craziness for like what, at least a little while around coming home. But what are we at, like 2005?
2006.
Okay.
Let's say 2006 to 2009. I was 22 to 25. Okay.
And you never were like, you weren't starting ruckus with people you knew. It was always just like
some random person.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I never went out to look for trouble. I promise you that. But I always finished the trouble.
Well, you were a protector too.
It was just bred into you. Now,
I've always loved having you in a room
with my brothers or with like people.
Right.
Oh, there's plenty of people. I was like, oh, I'm glad you're here, man. This guy's talking crap, and I'm like,
so I'm sure it was exploited.
Do anything, and they're like, oh yeah, I got you on your back. Next thing you know, they will start something, and I'm sort of
you were good
obligated.
You could also. You've got that Super Saiyan in you, so you have a Vegeta in you.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a Vegeta in you, so you were able to kind of like provoke with that,
Yeah. So and it was.
So that's where. Shout out to Jason. He starts planting the seed of getting you in that cage.
Yeah, he did.
Which was fantastic.
It was like sort of this. I don't know. Yeah, it all started off before the whole breakthrough thing. We did we were in random bars. We were.
You were fight clubbing, baby.
Yeah, it was just like some random biker bar. It was Rossi's or something.
I think I remember hearing.
It was in the corner, and it was like a smoky room with a bunch of drunk guys. And I haven't really trained. I've been drinking and smoking. I just bar fighting. That's it,
Right.
And I end up fighting some guy I was training to fight me, and I ended up winning. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty fun. As I'm gasping for air after it's done, give me a shot, a cigarette, somebody.
Right.
I was like,
was that at Rossi's too? Was that
was the first one? That was the very first
I think
one.
I remember hearing about
and I did like a few side things too before it was like officially Breakthrough MMA.
Right.
Jason Arnett had, then he was like, well, this is fun. We can probably get some, which is great because it blew up and people loved it. But so when he did it, he's like, would you fight? I was like, of course. So did that, had my first few fights with him.
Which Patrick Kelly has to if you're watching Patrick or when you watch later. So it was
like the fastest knockout like ever.
State
of Florida.
And it's on
YouTube.
We'll post it. Patrick's probably posting as we speak.
Yeah, okay. You can find it. It was fun.
You clipped him good.
And it just now I keep building this ego of
right.
And I don't know if it's helping me or it's about to explode. So it's leading somewhere.
Again? Or I mean at that moment.
At that moment, like
I was gonna say, Mark's back.
No, it was like, bar fights and everything. But quite honestly, it was like ever since I started training and fighting, it wasn't really like, am I gonna become a pro? I didn't see that as my future.
Right. It was your lifestyle.
I saw it as, okay, I was getting in trouble. I was getting arrested. I was going to bars. Like I said, I could end up dead or whatever. But when I started fight, like this was between 2006, 2009. I got in a lot of trouble and it wasn't going in a good path. But after 2009 is when I officially decided to like start fighting and everything. I have not been in trouble once since then.
Is that awesome? How it works?
So
you have an outlet, man.
I was like,
you gotta get it. We live.
It's Mama.
Mama.
She'll I'll call her back afterwards. Yeah, so no trouble. Didn't drink as much. I mean, I still had
because you were starting to train, right? You were starting to like.
I don't know. It was more of like, I think it might have just calmed my mind from wanting to get into fights and bars and stuff.
Right.
I was like, no need to, or maybe you have a fight coming. I can't be fighting on the street and risking getting in trouble or getting hurt.
You had a goal, man.
So something kept me from wanting to, getting all that trouble, which was great. So I stuck with it for a little bit, and it helped me to, just not get in so much trouble. So I guess I consider that my cure for if I did have any of those problems that people said I had. I'm still a little hothead. I'm not gonna lie, everybody's a little hothead here and there, but yeah, definitely helped out. So yeah, that was the reasonings for that. 2009, and ever since then, between working in restaurants and working for my brother, who's taught me pretty much everything. My oldest brother, Sofan, I'm sure he'll catch this. He's got his business, which he's a contract, Kess Construction. They just changed the name.
Nice.
Putting our name out there. Everyone knows the name already. Yeah. We've been in this town since '87.
Go with
it. Seen this town grow from nothing to something, and then having a part in, being able to build around this area when it was booming to even now, the business still around. So I was with him for, he taught me a lot in that trade, and I liked it. I liked doing it. Well, that and then being a chef, the chef life was crucial. A lot of restaurants out here, credited to me helping out, as well as a few other restaurants around the area, which I had a passion for, and I loved it, and I was good at it.
And we miss you here doing it.
Yes, I missed it as well. However,
of course,
this other trade is being in the building field, construction, contracting. That's great too. It's satisfying, and pays good if you know what you're doing. So I found out I was good at it, and I'm like, I went on my own. This is what I'm doing currently. I'm supervisor for this contracting company up in Maryland.
Nice.
Now, I guess we'll get there to when I move there, but between after 2009, I had a bunch of fights throughout the years with Jason, and then just working, and I went to school actually for a little bit here in Daytona State, and then out in Santa Fe, out in Gainesville.
Okay.
Didn't really.
We've never been the school type.
No. I'm the get kicked out of school type. No, but I was always, it's self-taught a lot of things.
Yeah.
And now everything that I'm doing is like pretty much, I love it. It's great. I get my hands on things, and I got people calling me left and right. I need this done, need that done. I'm like,
I love seeing your photos. If you're not friends with you on Facebook, then you can't see them, I don't think, but they're awesome. I love all the remodels you're doing and the pride you're taking in your work. But for those that maybe don't know, this is where we're starting to get to the current events. I mean, Mark makes the decision to move.
Yes.
And that was what a
coming on
your going away party, I think, lasted like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah. It lasted 9 years.
I think I went to 2. Yeah. I went to like 2 of them. And there's something. I remember one of the ones that I went to was at Breaks, and like if you just take a step back for a minute, especially as we've gotten older, and you see those faces, and I think that's probably one of the most like biggest points of the show that's doing well is like people love seeing and hearing that we grew up with, and there's something you can't really explain it,
right?
But when you have such a powerful, I don't want to say crew, but like you have so much
together.
Yeah,
I noticed this yesterday.
You bring a lot. Yeah.
I had a baby shower yesterday. It was a surprise for Leah, the one that was just here earlier. And she acted pretty good. I don't know if she knew or not, but
what was going to happen?
She expressed. Yeah. Anyways, but we had all the friends, families. I was like, if anyone want to come, go ahead. And I just look at the mixture of all these people with Skylar and Patrick and Jason, then my family, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, and it was just just mashed up together of just like, that's my life right here.
Isn't it cool?
It's my life, and all these people here are amazing. And I know some people couldn't make it, but yeah, it just hit me, and I'm just like, journey still continues.
Yeah,
it just keeps on going.
Well, it's not your first time being away, obviously,
right?
But being away and then coming, I feel like, as we're getting older, we're getting a more respect for what we have, and one of the things that's the best is relationships and that communionship of people that actually, and of course we're all growing up and not everyone's able to hang out 24/7 anymore.
Of course,
and like connections are, of course. But there is something and of course,
which is a new definition that I've learned recently.
Yeah, and you're doing it. I'm very proud of you. You're doing very good at it. And there's something about that FPC, man.
It's a bond, man.
Really
it is
special.
A bond, and I've met people from all over the place. Especially in the Marines. I stepped back and I look at the guys in the Marines. I'm like, what's your story? Why are you here?
Right.
Did you do a smoke bomb in school too and get kicked out, or is that just me? Right. But there were a few nut jobs that were just like, it was either jail or this.
Right.
Like, okay, now I'm with a bunch of felons and whatever you guys are, like, but you guys are fun. So, not judging anybody. Don't kill me in my sleep, please. But yeah, they did. All these people, I didn't see that kind of bond. Like when Skylar got there, so we had a bond. Like it's just us, and people saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that we did, like it's sort of this little following. They were like, I want to be a part of that.
Right.
Like you see you guys, how you guys are with each other. Satchak was there, John Boatback was there. They were in the same base, not in the same building, but the same base. So in the weekends, we'd come and hang out with each other.
That's
people
awesome.
Like, oh, you guys are cool.
Right.
I want to hang out with you guys. I want to be part of the cool club.
Well, you can't fake that kind of.
Like, we were just doing our thing. Like powerful. We weren't like, no, we're better than you or this and that. No, we're just being us and having a good time. And I guess people always want to be a part of something special. So, so this town definitely has that.
How long you been home this time?
I got home Friday, late Friday night.
Oh, so you're just. How long we got you for?
I'm leaving after this. I'm driving back up to Maryland
today.
Yeah, so I made sure this. I fit it in there.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure I come out here.
So you're driving back.
Some time. Yes.
How long does it take to get to Maryland?
Without a pregnant lady, probably a lot faster. But it takes an average about 12 to 13 hours.
Okay. You going nonstop, or you're gonna excluding?
Yeah, it's nonstop. I got work in the morning. Well,
tomorrow
we have a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
I guess we gotta do a sonogram or something. I don't know, something. So much
some
stuff.
kind of come baby thing.
Yeah, it's been so many things.
Now she's got family and stuff in Maryland, or
she's got family here in Norman. Actually, that's where we met. When I was the chef over at Ronin in Daytona.
Yeah, I remember that.
She was a server there, and stories just happened. And
you guys been together for a hot minute.
4.5 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say
almost 5 years ago. Yep. And then the reason we moved to Maryland, which I'm coming on my 1 year mark.
Yeah, I know.
Right now, I know, crazy. She just graduated from UCF. Go Knights! Sorry about that loss yesterday versus Duke. That was brutal. She just graduated and she's been working at Halifax Health in her field, coding and educating, I believe. And she's looking for jobs around here that might be good. Her boss, they couldn't find any, but her boss at the time was like, "You're great at what you do. Let me make a few phone calls." Get a call from Maryland. She's like, "Okay, it's a big opportunity, huge opportunity for her. Yeah. Like they need 10 plus years experience for the job she's doing." And I think she got it.
She gets in.
So I'm like, okay, now my turn. What do I do? I'm working with my brother at the time. Right. You know, I'm his right-hand man. I'm helping him pretty much, you know, help him run his business and make sure, you know, everybody's getting fed.
Right.
And he did depend on me a lot. So leaving would have been tough, not only for myself, but for him as well.
Right.
But, you know, we're able to get through everything. If we know what we're doing, you know, be able to survive. So anyways, I did decide to leave. I went up there, didn't have a job lined up, nothing. You know, I'm just like, I'm a good chef. I know how to build stuff. I'm sure I'll be all right. I took a week of just doing nothing, just driving around, exploring, just checking out the areas. Where I live is pretty much right in between Baltimore and Washington, D.C., which is all within a half an hour away from me. So very, very populated area. The market up there is crazy as far as housing goes, and the contracting industry is ridiculous as well. And I went up there, put out a few resumes, you know, put a little bit of experience on there, whatever, everything that I needed to put. Didn't get a phone call for like 1 or 2 days. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get worried. Maybe you know, maybe something's wrong. I don't know. But then on the third day, I think I had about 10 responses. Can you see me? So I set up pretty much the beginning of next week for interviews. It's like, what are you going for? It's like, you know, lead position with experience. I'm just trying to get right there, you know. That's pretty much what I was doing here. And after I was done, I was like, I wonder who's going to call me. You know, I like this one. I like that one. Talking with her. This one's in this area. You're trying to figure it out what's best for us. And then we decided to call this guy. He was everybody that I had talked to had given me a call back. Like, we want you on our team.
Awesome.
So now I got to pick. Like, okay, who wants me more?
Yeah.
Let's see what I'm really worth around here.
Right.
So I picked what was best. Did a Tom Brady, took a pay cut. No, you know, this guy's pay me more, but then it's more stress, more this and that. And I was like, let me just get my foot in the door. And I picked this company that was sort of like my brother's, smaller, but very much more loved in the job. Good. Yeah, you know, not just getting the jobs, not getting paychecks. I actually get to enjoy what I do. So I picked this company, and it's been working out. He loves me. It's the boss.
It's awesome.
You had
no idea about.
I run the whole business for him, and you know, he gets the jobs, and I take care of everything else. And
I love it.
We're doing great, you know. So.
And the missus is doing well, but she's got her gig going on.
Yeah, she gets to work from home now. So,
dude, that's awesome.
You know, and the hospital pays for like 2 months maternity leave, and it's like, it's great. Yeah.
And she told me, she said that she's like having a good pregnancy. She's like, things are going well.
Oh yeah,
that's great, man.
Yeah, everything's looking good, and you know, things are starting to like
we're growing up.
Adult. That's why I said adulting.
It's happening.
I had to look it up. What is this adulting?
What is this adulting?
Oh, this is what it is. Fun.
Well, I can't. I feel bad if you gotta. I mean, you're driving today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, she just went off to Ormond. She's doing a little shopping. She's getting some stuff with her mother, I guess.
Okay. They got to be excited to see you guys. Baby. This is your first time back since you left, isn't it? You haven't been back.
I was back for Christmas.
Okay.
Every time I've been back, it's been like very short, and it's always like full schedule.
Well, I know.
I got here late Friday night. Sunday was or Saturday.
Did you go out? Did you misbehave?
I misbehaved a little bit.
Where'd you go?
Not last night. Last night I got some rest. But
did you go out Friday?
Friday, yes. Oh no, Friday I got here late. Saturday was actually Aaliyah's birthday.
Oh, okay.
so I planned a dinner for I think like 12 people out in St. Augustine. We went out there and had some dinner and had a few drinks afterwards.
Well, you got an Uber now.
Yeah, she was the DD.
Yeah,
I was like, there you go. And then yesterday, we had the baby shower, which was a great turnout. And once again, cannot thank you guys enough for anyone that's watching that went. It was like a very, very special moment for me. So, it sort of hit me yesterday about the whole fatherhood thing.
Yeah.
Just how you staring at this little baby clothes, and I'm like,
this is going to be my little baby.
What do we do with this thing? You gotta put it on her.
It's a girl. So
it's a girl. People asking what the name is. I'll go ahead and say it. It's I wanted Rita. She wanted Loriana.
Ooh.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna call her Rita, but we'll name her Loriana. Loriana Rita Kes.
I love it.
And I think it's a good ring too. It's love. It's us. So.
This is all. People are gonna love this.
No, it's great.
This is all. You had said like not a lot of people know that you're having a baby, so I'm just gonna say it on the show. I was like, I love you.
Yes, love you too, man. Some great.
This thing has been. When I've been dealing with like, do I tell people who I'm having on? Do I do this? So I posted today that I was having you on, and I swear I thought you were gonna break the internet. I was like, oh my god. And I'm just getting phone calls. And texts.
No, yeah, it was great. Like I said, when I mentioned like I'll be home in a few weeks, and then had a high volume of people like, oh yeah, it'd be great. I want to hear. I don't know, like either people wanted to hear my story or just wanted to see.
I think it's a lot of.
Or
I've been, one of the flattering things for the guests that I've had on, the people that will get in touch with me, or I'll see the comments like D McKeever. I don't know her last name. I'm sorry, love you still, D. But D commented on Brandon's and was just like, just to hear your laugh. And like, I see and I hear a lot of that coming in. People are just like, dude, I love listening to the show while whatever they're doing. And a lot of people can't watch it live, but
mad props to you, dude. Like without this, like people probably were wanting this, but didn't know how to get it together. And you found a way to do it. So.
I still don't know what I'm doing. And shout out to
that's the best part about it.
The sweetheart Maria reached out to me the day and she was just like, hey, can you like help me start one? And I'm like, darling dearest, I have no idea what I'm doing, but sure, like it was flattering because you see it. You walked in, and you're like, where's the camera?
Yeah, I know. Like it's a good setup. Like it's different seeing it from that outside view, but now that I'm in here, I'm like,
simple, huh?
Yeah, I just want to like sit back there and lay on your couch. Just like
everyone's been saying, I tell my wife,
I feel like it should be a therapy session.
If so,
like get a chair, lay back.
As I get better at this tech, because I don't like the techie side of things. I need some Jason in my life. Jason, I need you to come like take this to because I'm getting a lot of people. They're like, you need to be using the Mic Point 417 30 series.
You're not gonna see any wires.
Yeah, I'm sure
he'll make it look like it's.
I gotta get some true tech in my life. He'll get this whole thing. I have people that are like really good at this stuff, and they're like, why are you using the Snowball? And I'm like, what do I have? They were like the least expensive on Amazon.
Whatever, these things look cool.
Working.
The Snowball.
That's what it's
called.
I
seen it. Wasn't one black?
One was black. It broke.
Oh,
so I need some Jason.
I was like, wait, there was a black one.
Yeah, one was black and the little connector.
Yeah.
Stopped connecting. I have it, but it's not really. And I have another, they call these booms. I have another boom, and I was going to change the show to where it was going to be on the couch and lounge. But every time I keep getting like the show. You seen Rogan when he has 3 people on?
Yeah.
It can get a little.
Yeah, it's a little clustery.
It's cool when one guy's got to pee or something.
Yeah.
Because then one guy gets up. But I'm thinking about Patrick wants to. I want him to become like he wants to do more of them, and I want him to. But I'm thinking if I could have him on to like he would be he's that Eddie Bravo effect. Like if he had someone on that was like I'm a flat earther or this, and then like Patrick could, and then I would just kind of facilitate it and just watch the
People love that. People love this, this day and age.
Yeah.
People are looking for.
Let me ask you this, because even if we weren't on camera, I would ask you this. Are you doing all right? Everything's like, where is Marquez right now?
Marquez is doing fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm actually, this new, I wouldn't say new life, but it's a new chapter for sure.
Yeah.
Being out there, about to be a father.
Yep.
A lot of things running through, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Rolling up there. And now decisions are gonna have to be made. Do I want to stay in Maryland?
Right.
Do I want to move back down? Being down, oh man, everything's green, beautiful, love it. I sat 10 minutes just staring at the water yesterday, just like taking it in. I'm like, I don't see that up there. It's traffic. There's cars. It takes me an hour to go 10 miles.
Right.
I'm like, I miss this. So, deciding on where we want to raise the kid and all that. So there's still a lot of things. There's nothing permanent yet as far as what I want to do. But as far as like where my mind's at, it's a little confused onto like where we'll be, but it's happy.
Awesome.
It's good with where we're at. So, being pretty successful right now with our jobs and everything, going up there, especially starting from not even knowing what to do up there.
Yeah, you guys don't have any friends or anything? I mean, I'm sure you're required.
I think I'm with Donald every now and then.
Donald Raby?
Yeah. No. Donald Willer. Vegeta.
Oh, Vegeta's up there?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He lives in DC.
No way.
He doesn't have Facebook, but I'm going to definitely show it to him because I show him a lot of these. I show him the Patrick podcast.
Up there.
I showed him the Brandon Brown podcast. And he was also like,
Bixby's somewhere up there. Bixby's got to be somewhere. I think the last time I checked, he's in a DC-ish area. Where he is, I don't know. But of course, it's not. I know everyone's not 5 minutes away. So, but
right. I know
gotta be a little bit.
Donald is. I wonder if that's him that texted me because he was saying he's gonna try and find a way to watch it when he doesn't have Facebook. It's kind of tough.
I got it on YouTube too, but I'm not. Right. I'm still learning. It's not. So if somebody wants to watch it on YouTube live, they can do that because I think then you don't have to. I've been getting people giving me some criticism, a good way, constructive criticism, like, hey, I can't watch a show if I don't have like the phone on the app. Right. And I'm like, I got you. So it's on YouTube now. So for those that are listening, I'm putting it on YouTube. So I think YouTube, you can like close your phone,
right,
and it plays.
Okay,
I think. But if not, I mean, I'm trying people.
Yeah, I mean, I just see it off Facebook, and I mean, I never had an issue.
But that's cool.
I think
it's
like easily accessible.
Close.
That's for me. But yeah, he lives in DC. He just bought a house last February,
nice,
and I just moved there. And I'm also, a builder. So when he found out I lived there and found that I did that, of course, it's like, hey, well, I got this. Can you come check this out? I don't think he was quite aware of what he was doing. He got his house. Homes up there are pricey.
Can't imagine.
And he's like, I want to redo this whole house. It's one of those row homes, so they're all connected, but he's got his own basement and 3 floors.
Nice.
Complete gut out. Complete top to bottom. I was like, what's your price range here, buddy?
$1 million. You're gonna need
for renovations, he was running at like, $100K, a little over $100K. It's like, you got a basement.
I know.
And that's exactly what we got him.
I've learned that
fully renovated basement. I got a few pictures of it, but it's one of the nice basements.
Is that the one you've been posting?
No, that was different. That was just another my actual job. I did this on the side.
Okay.
While working with the other job, so I'd come out there on the weekends, have some beers, and build it out. But
it is crazy what it costs. When we were doing this after the hurricane, and just you have no idea. I had no clue.
Material itself. Yeah. That unexpected things.
The unexpected things are probably the rodeo. Like I have a couple of friends right now that are going through like remodels and stuff. And like on Monday, actually, the irony is that fence next door is supposed to be getting worked on right now.
Okay.
And do you see anybody out there?
No.
So and
you were telling me earlier, like, it might be noisy. Some guys, I was like, if they're contracts, they'll probably be a little late.
And it's not. Thank God, it's not even my job. It's the neighbor that we're working on something. And I feel bad because they're driving far. It's one of those things they got to drive here to check on the houses. This is not their primary residence. But that's why you're probably doing really well for yourself, man. Is that I didn't realize how many freaking knuckleheads are in the contracting world dealing with it. You got this guy doing this who doesn't call you. This guy is this. He doesn't reach,
Yeah.
So if you have like,
it's different to have like just one particular trade, like this guy doing painting or the guy just doing trim work. Learning from my brother, we do it all like individually.
Right.
I'll do the tiling, I'll do the demolition, I'll do the framing, drywall, whatever it is, plumbing, electricity.
Got it.
done. I do it all myself. And see, I recently going up to Maryland, I was a little foggy with aware of the little stuff with plumbing, electricity. So, but these guys look up to me and I'm like, okay, what do we do? I have to teach them these things. I didn't know. Hopefully they're not watching. I didn't know. And
the real
YouTubed
syndrome.
it.
Ooh.
And I looked at videos and did a little research, figuring out what wires shouldn't go together and what should, and I got it done. And these houses that I were doing were under inspection. So it's not like you can't just,
no, of course,
I got it done. First time inspected. I'm like, I was nervous inside. I'm like, what do I do?
You're like hiding place, like, don't look here.
And then they passed, and I'm like,
yep.
Oh, that was nothing. Did a roof myself for the first time. Roofs, you gotta have everything on point, or else you're,
right.
Got inspected, done the first try. I'm like, where else can this go? Let's see.
Bring it on.
So, eventually just keep learning and doing at the same time. Either come back with my brother, might work something out. He's already, he's already a contractor.
I think it's a fantastic idea to have changed the business name to like the name.
Yes.
I'm not good at like, I have a few people that call me time to time and they'll say like, give me some advice on XYZ. Because I don't claim to be anywhere near a good businessman. But one thing I've learned over the years, because remember my first little thing was Pickle in high school. Remember that my clothing band, Pickle?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. that like, wow. That was like, it turned into this like, I couldn't get rid of it which was good. But like Pickle turned into Baby Pickle. Baby Pickle turned into Pickle Consulting because I started doing interneting.
Right.
And I thought it was so cool, but I would tell like a business owner like, oh, hello, I do Pickle Consulting. And they're like, I'm good with pickles, bro. And I'm like, no, I internet. And I'm like, this isn't doing anything for me. So I boiled it down. And like, now I give people advice that, the sign of the road, it's on the side of the highway, it's this beer.
Right. That's it.
Which God bless, shout out completely for free. The guy down the street, the Flagler Pharmacy, that is marketing 101. It's called Flagler Pharmacy, which that guy's going to be, that's it. Whatever he starts, it's going to be.
That's it.
Probably be the first weed dispensary too. But point is, keeping it simple, especially when your name has like, it's tied to something everybody knows.
For sure. And then like I said, most of the work, we don't have advertising. There's no, right here in Flagler when I was with my brother. Still, my brother.
Word of mouth.
We don't have advertisements.
Yep.
Everything we do, and he's lined up out the door.
Yep.
He's got the whole year booked for work. It's doing good quality work is number one.
Yep.
Being trustworthy, knowing people around here. When you want someone to do your home, especially if you're not going to be there because you're going to work or something, deal. You want to have someone you can trust to be there, get it done, and not strangers in your home.
Right.
So if having someone that you're comfortable with is key. It could pay, and you know that they'll do a good job, and you know they're not gonna gyp you because that's a huge thing.
I feel
making
like that's
people feel comfortable in this line of work is
all of our friends that are in the whatever kind of contracting it is, but that have a responsibility of that reputation. The ones that are standing behind it, man, are doing really well. Like even like we keep talking about Jason. I mean, what he's been able to build in his little empire, man. I'm so proud of him. And you can't.
Which my brother built his office. So
did he really?
Yeah,
dude. I haven't seen it in person yet, but the photos look
I told him I was gonna stop by and look at it before I leave.
Gorgeous.
So I'm gonna go see it. I didn't have a hand on it. I was like just leaving as they were starting it. But I did work at Jason's house. I redid his whole floors and everything, and that was a fun one. But yes, everyone stays tight together, and we support each other, and you can give each other.
I've had some big businessmen, the suit and tie dudes, and like the bigger interneter peoples across the board that every once in a blue moon like reach out to me and like, how are you keeping business in the pipeline? And I'm like, bro, first and foremost, not to sound tacky, but of course, for me, not to sound like some Emmy Award winning guy, but it's for me, honestly, I'm on my face every morning, literally like praying, like, please keep me sustained. Not just not like give me the money, but like keep me sustainable, keep my business. Cause I don't know what I don't have billboards. I don't have, and it gets literally
bigger and bigger. Like what I noticed, like as far as like, I keep track of the views and everything, and that's important to people sometimes, and I'm like, oh, it's actually a lot of people have their eyes on this.
You know, you talking about the show?
This show, yeah.
This show is turned into. I don't know what to do, Mark.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you, if there's one thing for anybody that's listening to me, or just listening to this show in general, I keep getting a lot of people say, what are you going to do with the show? How are you monetizing the show? Because I think that's what the internet has made a lot of people believe, that you're just going to start this and you're going to make a lot of money. I sincerely, the best thing that's been the most rewarding thing, if today was my last day on earth, the phone calls that I've got from people, I could start naming people, bro.
I can only imagine, man. Only imagine.
I've been inundated, and my number and my information is like out there. I'm not like this, like where is he? I've gotten phone calls from, and I've been on the phone for 2-3 hour stints with some people that has been. You want to talk about life juice and life units and like just like a sensu bean of life, bro. I've been I was on the phone with Henry Cervantes for like 2.5-3 hours of the day. Wow. That would have never probably happened in a normal, like as we're adulting,
right? And
we're like that doesn't happen. And being on the phone and the communication, so that's probably the most rewarding for me from a selfish perspective.
I can only imagine. That's awesome.
And you know how much this means to me that beyond the show, I get to see you, man.
That's what I was like thinking. I was thinking about it at first. Is like, I'm gonna be pretty booked being out there for a short period of time, but then again, with all the news and seeing with other people being on the show with Patrick and Brandon, and just seeing how it sort of brought everybody, like just informed everybody of a few things, which was cool because hearing them and hearing you, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I could see how it helps out. And plus, on top of that, I never really got to share some of the stuff I said today.
I never heard half of what you said today.
And no one really knows. I really didn't talk about it much, which I didn't really mention to you before. I just wanted to feel like I was comfortable with it. But I didn't really, probably the first time publicly saying some of these stories.
Yeah.
And I'm not fully detailed, but just the experience. And then, so I'm sure a lot of people wanted to at least know.
Dude, there's a huge audience of people that even strangers are fine. I've had people messaging me that I don't even know, and they're like, which is good, because they're like, keep up the good work. I love the show and the content's amazing. And I'm like, I have no idea who they are. Then I've had people that reach out and they're like, they just literally said, I felt like I was at Bulldog Break. And that's powerful too, to be at Bulldog Break. You know what I mean? Like those moments. But once again, man, I hope that here's another thing, man. Like the Amanda Growney show.
Yes. Oh yes, Amanda too. Yes,
dude, I remember. I
haven't seen her I've seen her on and off within the last years. I remember, Amanda, if you're listening, I went to New York with Skylar. We were still in the Marines.
Don't say whatever boy she was with.
I'm not.
Yeah, she kept that on the.
I'm not saying it, but I seen her there, and we went out, hit the town out a little bit out in the city. And I remember having a few drinks and walking across the street. Yeah, I like to follow the hand signals on the stop, on the walk signals, right? Skylar's running across, and Amanda's like, no, it says stop. And I'm stuck in the middle. Next thing you know, yellow cab. Wow.
Hits you?
Hits me.
Oh,
and I'm in the middle of a busy New York intersection.
Right. You just get clipped.
I get clipped, and I'm like on the ground. I'm like, I'm about to get run over. I didn't know what was going on, but I got clipped.
So
luckily I didn't break anything or anything. I just got hit. I was like numb for a little bit. Then Skylar runs out there and grabs me. I'm like, we're supposed to be, this is supposed to be in the war, not here in freaking New York City.
You're getting clipped by a cab.
Yeah.
So Amanda witnessed this?
Yeah, that was just funny. I thought about that the other day, and that was funny. Yeah, because it was sort of, I don't know whose fault it was. I guess it's my fault, standing in the middle of the road.
It would probably be your
like,
fault.
Come on. Amanda's like, no. I'm like,
you
bam.
Can't play up there on those things. It's not like walking across the street at Flagler. Do a little.
That would have been that was the third time I've got hit by a car.
You've been hit 2 other
times. I'm a lucky man.
Oh my God.
Yes. When I was younger, a Camaro clipped me full on, took my knees out.
In our hood, the B section?
No, this was in Jacksonville. I was at church with my family and stuff. There's a Cambodian church out there that we went to. And Satchak.
How old are you, a little kid running around?
I was a kid. Satchak, my cousin, chased me with like a water gun. We were just playing, and I'd run across the corner, and Camaro just clips me going about 30 miles an hour. Head hits the windshield, breaks the windshield. That was a good time.
One of the things too that's fun when I get to see someone I haven't seen in a while, and there's always like someone has like that one story, like, do you remember when? Yeah. Not that this is probably, it's not like that, nothing that crazy because a lot of people saw it, but you were like a god on those heritage days or weeks.
Oh yeah, Asian Heritage Festival.
Bro, there was first of all, Kathleen back then breakdancing was like, I think it's kind of lost. Now there's that whole dance segment. Everyone could do something cool. But back then, I remember when you guys would get going, bro. And Patrick too. And I remember just watching that and being like, I wish I could do. Like, I remember thinking like,
in between periods, we had some cardboard and a freaking boombox, and we're out here breakdancing. And I'm like, we probably look like ass,
No, dude, you kidding?
But it was just cool just to be able to do that. Cool. I mean,
that was the dopest
I wish I could move like that still, but
Patrick can still do that little round, whatever.
With a few shots, anyone's pretty much eligible of doing pretty much anything.
Loosen you up a little bit. Oh, a lot of people were like, what was Patrick drinking when he was on the show?
Oh yeah, it was iced.
It was a little orange juice.
Scotch.
Morning juice.
Morning juice. Can't do it.
Most people do like to have a little. But you got some driving.
Yeah, I got some driving to do, and I think I had enough this past weekend with the birthday and the baby shower. It was
her birthday.
It was eventful. Yes. Well, I told her we were coming down for her birthday. We haven't.
Oh, you didn't even tell her that was just like a little
Christmas? No, she didn't know.
Oh, that's cute.
The baby shower, and told her, her parents and my parents never met, so this was official.
Wow, this was a big to do.
And that was like I guess a main thing out there because when yesterday when I was when her parents they showed up like a little late, fashionably late, right? But they were like, oh, this is first time meeting. The parents are gonna be meeting each other, so they were watching me talking to the dad. The dad moment. Here it comes.
Yep, the dad moment.
First time talking to them since she's had the baby. And she's been pregnant for over 7 months now. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that was fun. Interesting.
You're still moving.
Yeah.
I don't see no bleeding.
No,
so that's good.
He gave the talk.
That's good.
So I was like,
talk's good.
Like
you're gonna give that same talk.
That's what I was thinking too.
You can give that same talk.
Same talk.
So Marquez is having a girl. My only interaction right now in the baby world is, and I have to tell you, I got a lot of friends that are kind of grumpy pants with me because I don't have kids, so I don't have like the kid. That's
another thing between our group of friends. We're all mid-30s.
Yeah.
And it's like, most people have kids. Well, there's a few, Ian, and,
right.
As far as my close friends, even like, no one has kids. And I'm like,
but there's let's go. So my crew, I got Scott Van Dusen, right. Kid, yes, Jimmy, yes. Kid, Eric, Kid.
Yes.
So Jimmy's been coming over. Actually, on Mondays, he probably is reaching out to me. Actually, he did. You free for lunch today? There he is. So literally Mondays has been his rhythm because it's like get the baby out of the house day. And I gotta tell you, man, it's cute. To see Jimmy like when you see somebody with their kid, it's something that you've never seen them act before, and it's probably the most precious, surreal thing for me to see Jimmy with his baby. Like it's so like he's literally in another world in a good way.
Yeah.
And I've told Camille about it. I said I can't really explain it to you, but I've never Jimmy was never a kind of guy like walking around taking photos.
Right.
Like now, and he's not posting socially.
But
bro, he's literally hold on. And he's so adorable about it. And the kids, babies are babies. He's cute as a button. We take him out, we bring him around, and it's been our Monday routine. But my point is, it's wonderful to see people with their and I'm guilty because I don't really like Sheena's one of them. I don't see her kid. I've never met her kid yet. I should probably. He's like 4. Most of you, there's a lot of people like Ian's kids are like adults.
Yeah, I think
they're old. Well, older. They're like basically 11, they're not molecules anymore.
Yes. 11 and 11's, I'm thinking back of what we were doing at 11. We were
somebody the other day said to me, my kid's 15 or 16 or something.
In middle school, we were little shits in middle school.
Oh, dude, I didn't get too crazy 6th grade was weird for me. Well, we left. Did you leave? Did you go to Indian Trails or did you stay at Buddy Taylor?
First year in Buddy Taylor, another 2 years in Indian Trails.
So you did go with us.
Yes.
That was weird. And then I wasn't really, I mean, come 9th grade, we always had a lot of same classes together because I wasn't AP. I was simple.
We're just normal kids.
Simple, normal kids. Oh, you know who lives close to here? Which I had once again another stint of just talking with her, and I love her so much. Mama Chinchuli.
Oh, yeah.
She's like right here, dude.
That's cool.
And she has been, she stopped, Karen Hart and I were taking a walk to Turtle Shack. Camille had a class and we're all meeting together. I don't know what day it was, like 2 days ago. And she saw us walking and she comes running out.
I love it.
And just, she loves what's going on. Right. She loved us, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I lived on 3rd Street for like 6-7 years before I left last year. And I would run into her randomly, Publix or something. And I would always see her. And I knew she was in Flag. I just didn't know where.
My neighbor. You know, like not immediate, like 4 houses up the street. And I get to see her all the time. And God bless her soul, man. I was telling Karen this as we walked away, as we said goodbye to her. I was like, and she's going through a lot of jazz.
Right.
So that's her business. But she's going through a lot of jazz and just, she's been through hell and high water with health situations. And her demeanor, you would think that she's a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like just her
heads up all the time.
So on fire. She's always been on fire for life. But when we walked away from there, and once again, as we're getting older and realizing what actually matters, I'm like, if I could have, she wrote me a message later that day and said like, I love you and thank you so much for stopping by, whatever. I'm like, I love you. And I literally says like, when I grow up, I want to be like you. That's awesome. Like that attitude of just, because cool. I mean, I think for the most of us, thank God, most of what I know, most of us are pretty healthy guys. Like we're doing good, man. We're in a good season right now. And I know some people are dealing with some stuff and my heart's going out to them, but
we got to look out for each other.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, I don't know a lot of people's personal issues that like you could be, that you used to be friends with, but it's good to like, it would probably, cause someone to reach out to somebody if they haven't seen it for, how's it been? And that could be that phone call that could help somebody, Dude, I bet you. So, well, that's another thing. I bet, correct me if I'm wrong, but I bet you Mark opens up to anybody that wants to holler at you that may be going through some jazz. Right. Yeah. I mean, what you went through and whatever you may go through, good and bad, or I've noticed, man, is like, I sat down with a guy like 20 some odd years old. He's an interneter. He's becoming an interneter. I'm very proud of him. And I was honored because he reached out to me and says, well, you want to go out? Can we go have lunch or something? And I said, of course, man. Like, and I'm thinking I did the same thing when I was his age to the bigger interneters than I was. Right. Okay. And dude, every single one of them, not only like interneters
made fun of me, they didn't entertain me. They basically were like, you're an idiot. I sat down with this guy and I said, listen to me. I'm anything I can do to make you bigger, better, stronger, but do it for the next guy. Like we left that 2.5, 3 hour sit down. And if there's one thing I hope he extracted was the next guy, man, like the next guy who's going to need that, and I didn't know this. So that long story short, bro, homie ends up texting me that day and tells me that like he had one of the worst weeks of his life. I don't know what he was going through, but he said, I get this like book of my week is the worst week of like my professional or whatever life. And what you did for me is like given me this new, and it's not a me thing, man. It's not me. I'm not reading from something. I have no idea what I'm even doing except for just listening to the dude and telling him that you can do it. But most importantly, look to the guy behind you. And that's what I think is most important about this little show. And people that are listening to your story, man, you know how many people you're to our class. Mark Kess has always been this like you're literally a Super Saiyan. I put it in the bio, and I gave you Super Saiyan 4.
I mean, I sort of have an idea of what people might have thought about me. I never really cared.
No, I know you think.
And then that's the thing. But if I was outside of me, sounds weird. I would probably think what kind of guy this guy would be. I don't know. I'd like me too, I guess. Definitely try to be as open as possible, and I like bringing people together. And that's what people see in me. Someone had mentioned that to me yesterday when, I had, because my family is usually really tight, and they stick. A lot of my family members don't really have friends outside of the family. Right. Like they're mostly stick with the family, like my little cousins and everything. Yep. They have their friends, but you always see our family strong together.
You have a very strong family.
And then I have my friends, which I'm really good to, really close and bond with. So then anytime I have any type of event, it's a mixture of the two. and I just see it like,
Powerful.
they're able to come around when I'm there.
Right.
They wouldn't be around each other if I wasn't around.
Right.
They know of each other, but just being able to bring all that together is pretty cool. And I always liked being able to have everybody. Like I like to have a good time.
Yeah.
Mainly with the people that.
Wouldn't it be safe to say you were kind of everybody had their own little crews, and then we obviously had this umbrella crew where we're all at the end of the day family. But were you like Matthew Robinson, rest in peace? He was the glue of.
I lived right next to.
That's our neighborhood. He was our immediate.
We used to. Walk down the street.
I know.
Is Matt home? Can we play? Like that's it. Like I was a kid walking in when we were our parents knew each other very well, and then
we had a dope little block.
Yeah, that.
Remember Stephanie Librano lived down the other way.
Yeah.
Blake, the Walls.
The Walls. Yep. Richard Fagano.
Yeah, Father Richard. The Sibleys.
John Bobek and Mike Bobek lived there. Blake Abbey lived there. AJ.
Yeah,
Ellis.
but I was gonna say we got to get there because I already knew what we had to talk about. Last show I did, we brought the B section up. Blake was literally so mad. Yeah, AJ Ellis, Blake Abbey, that whole crew. Then we had
my first band teacher, Mr. Scott.
Yep, I was gonna say he lived across the street.
Yep.
Dude, it was so crazy how concentrated of a group of people that were there. Nicole Watman. Yep, she was there for near the end bit.
Yeah.
She was literally right behind me. Which, by the way, she called me the other day. I love her. I want her on because she said to me, she goes, "I love the show, but you need to start having some moms on there that are going through some like that."
Her cousins live right next, right next door neighbors, Scott and Josh Nunnally.
Yep. Did you see Josh while you're home?
Josh.
Boda?
No, I haven't seen him. It's been so fast paced.
I'm sure it's quick.
Yeah, like I just got here yesterday. I'm already ready to head back. I'm just trying to soak in as much of the sunlight.
I'm sure. Like I said, I don't want to suck.
Everything's green.
You want to do it? This is always a fun thing near the end.
That's why I keep staring at the screen. See that?
Because I'll let you get out of here. 27 comments, man. We got a lot. Let's see. Want to go there with it? You know who I love right now so much? Well, I love everybody, but Jonathan Robinson. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right there.
There he is. B section. I love you, Jonathan. Brittany Wilkes. Marska. I don't know if she. I don't know. Let's see. Jason. There's Jason. See how it sucks you in? Sorry, people that are watching. We're just enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
There's Blake.
Yeah.
Matthew Bowers. I love you.
Everybody.
See, it's cool. Oh, Scott A. Scott is like the least Facebook-ish guy. So I love when I see it.
I would randomly see something about Scott like once every blue moon, and I'll click on it and be like, oh, what's he been up to? That's the thing. Like when I don't see something about somebody, I like to keep like some sort of tab.
He's doing really well. He's in Connecticut. He's in Connecticut. Has a beautiful house. Obviously, just had a kid. Did you ever meet his wife, sweetheart, Katie?
I'm not.
Matt used to call her Poison because her last name's Katie Poison or something like that. So Matt always called her Poison. So I tried to inherit the last name of Poison for her.
Right. No, I don't think so. No,
she's a sweetheart. Yeah, he's been out of the loop for a hot minute.
That's awesome, man. That's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that, where everybody just gets a little piece of their life.
Yeah.
Filling in some guys that we grew up with. It's cool. It's sort of like completes everything.
You watch what happens after today in the moments. People are you see. And
it's awesome.
It's very rewarding
glad, like,
for you. And it's I hope you gave me such a compliment by making the time to come here. And I know you're on a lot going on, but I love you so much, man. And you know this. You and the missus always have a place here. So if you ever want to come and you don't have, bro.
Same for you. If you ever find your way up that way,
Maryland, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
it's too cool. Look at man, you see, man.
I know. No one really likes it. I mean,
maybe I'm not gonna when it gets warmer. Maryland.
I've had a few visitors, Eric Handelman and Sarah Young, and
nice.
They came out there a couple weeks ago, and people have been coming in and out. And
are you freezing up there still? Or is it?
Nothing's alive yet. Everything's still dead.
Can you be like this?
No.
Oof.
No. I get probably. I mean, it's sort of brisk here still in the mornings and nights. However, over there it gets down to the 30s. Maybe.
You adjusting?
Luckily.
Well, you get to wear all your Pats gear and piss everybody off.
Oh yeah. How
do you feel about that?
I love it. That's like one of the things I care about. Just family, friends, and the Patriots.
Who did Londre honestly lose your guys' thing again?
Man, I cannot wait. We should.
What's he got to do?
Punish. We should do punishment on this show.
He hasn't been punished yet.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, no.
And I cannot wait.
Matthew.
Last year I missed it because I left and they did it. It was crazy. We've had this fantasy football league for 10, 11 years now. And I didn't miss a year. I haven't missed years still. Like, even, oh my God, it was crazy. Like, the day they had the draft was the day my brother had passed away.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, I was like, just auto draft me. I was
just
like,
just put something.
You know, whatever. So, you know, I still got to be a part of this, you know, even with that going on. Right. And then last year I moved. They had me. They did it at my place. I think I could. And I wasn't even there. Yes. I asked my old roommate, Chris Pereira. I was like, hey, man, these guys need a place to do the draft. I was like, you don't even live here anymore. And I'm like, well, we've done it there for so many years. So everybody was at that house, and I'm not even there. And they have me on
I saw the
FaceTime, and I'm on a TV. It was great. And then, anyways, yes,
you guys take that real serious. I heard Marcelo's like goes to a dark place during the draft. He's not even like a friend at that point.
He's like a guru.
Yeah,
and now his head got even bigger because he won twice now.
Oh, did he really? God bless. Hey.
So yeah,
and that's a couple bucks. You guys got a good one.
Yeah, we've been upping the stakes a little bit. Yeah. And
so what are you gonna do with Matt? What is he got to dress like a girl on the side of the street?
I think he's got a few options. Last year was the belly button.
That thing really hurt me. That hurt me to watch.
No one wanted my idea. I'm like, why?
What was yours?
I said, I'm going to take you to a tanning salon. I wanted to go to a tanning salon and, you know, put sunblock of I suck at fantasy football while you're getting bright orange or whatever.
Yeah, and plus his skin.
And then plus you wipe after you wipe it off, you'll see it on their skin. And then you have to walk around on like the 4th of July or one of those busy Memorial Day weekends or something.
Shirtless.
With just a Speedo and looking orange. That'd be great.
I would have taken that versus a belly button piercing. That was brutal.
Well, there's some guys in our fantasy that are like, I'd quit. You know, they don't. You know, I barely ever see them in freaking swim trunks. So
the Speedo would be too. I see.
But
so he's got to be a girl. He's got to dress up and drag and go.
I think another one of the options is, you know, being an intersection with a sign and just like a drag.
That's what I heard. When does the decision have to be made? It's got to get close. We're 2019.
It's definitely before the season starts. So he's got a few months to decide his fate, but I can't wait.
I
might make the trip back just for it because I missed out.
Do you guys have like the craziest group text of this?
Yeah, I still have it. I have it on silent, or else it'll just go off. It's probably. I'm sure there's a bunch going on right now. Yeah, like go check him out. He's on.
I bet you Matt.
We did that one.
Can't watch now. He'll definitely be watching, and he'll be asking.
Oh yeah, he was probably still asleep. I did see him. I was Facebooking. I woke up in the middle of the night around like 3 or 4 o'clock, and I did a little Facebooking, and then I seen him recently comment in the last couple of minutes.
He's a troll.
And then this morning when I got up, I seen him make a comment. It was 8 a.m. and it said his comment from 3 hours ago. But it's like, what? This guy's still.
You know what I love about him, socially speaking, digitally, is how he trolls so many, primarily women.
That's his.
He loves to troll the women.
The second I'm like, all right, let's see who commented. Let me guess. Boom. You know, and boom. People expect that out of him, that's his thing. So.
I miss him. He's in Jack's, but when Brandon and I went and misbehaved the day after the show, and I right away texted Lingerie. I was like, dude, proud. But I keep forgetting he's in Jack's.
Yeah, no.
So which is like a lifetime away when you're not. You know, it's
crazy.
Make it plan last minute. But all right, well, I love you. I mean, I could do. I
could be here all day. It's fun. This is great. Now I'm really trying to drag it out so that way I don't have to make that drive. But
is she coming back now?
I'm gonna.
Oh, you gotta go. You're gonna go.
I actually have to do one stop at the DMV before I go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go pick her up, and then we'll be on our way. Got nothing but that whole. Just got that vehicle nice. Last Christmas, filled up with Christmas. Not Christmas, baby shower. It's packed to the top.
I can imagine.
I'm like, and I'm so like, I didn't realize how much love was out there. Got a little emotional yesterday. Still hitting me, you know, but you know,
people love you, man. Honestly, when I posted that you were coming on, like, I already knew.
What did I do to deserve?
I don't know,
love,
man. You just got to. You've always had. You know what it might be too, from a dude's perspective. I don't know. I seriously, no matter where I was, no matter what was going on, I never was really threatened, but I always just loved having you in a room. It was always going to be a good time. And it really is. And I mean that sincerely about you. I always knew, even when you were Super Saiyan 1 in high school, you always had it. You always had you were like Gohan then, man. You had a very good.
Yeah, I had to make up for it with the size. You know, I was not going to look at me for being 4'7", 100 pounds.
So yeah, now you're like,
I had to pull some. I'll give myself the extra inch. Yeah, I'll be 6 foot.
There you go.
I'm 5'11". I fit on my
ID at least. But a strapping, handsome man now.
Yeah, it's just trying to.
But no,
time to get dad mode.
People, yeah, you're going to be a great dad, and you're going to be a fantastic provider, which you already are. And I can't, when you do you have any plans of coming home soon? Like, is it just kind of up in the air? Is it holidays maybe, or depending on how the pregnancy goes and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like visiting or
like, you guys gonna have a? Well, I know this is your year. This is going to be a more metamorphosis of Marquez because you're gonna
the year of the Marquez Jr. baby version.
Marquesa. What is the name again? Because it was beautiful.
Loriana Rita.
Pretty.
Yeah, she's active all the time. It's pretty crazy.
She's gonna keep you busy.
Yeah, I'll have my hands full. It's tough because we don't know anybody up there.
Yeah, it's all right though. It's probably better. It's probably healthier that way.
Well, as far as like being able to watch the baby.
Oh, that's true.
Stuff like that. Down here, it's like
everybody would be a baby. She'd be here.
Anyway, it was like you need to watch the baby, or it'd be easy. But luckily, she does work from home, even though it is work that she's doing when she's at home.
Of course.
At least it'll be tougher for her, so I'm gonna have to step up and do the dad stuff, I guess. When I get home from work, all that. That's my Call of Duty time is gonna be
limited.
Well,
you already know this, but anything I could ever do, you know that.
No, let's go. We've always found a way to get around, and
section.
Never worried about it.
All right. Well, I guess that's it, man.
Hey,
anything else? I mean, I know you're not like rocking a. I mean, I guess if you got the construction thing going on in Maryland, but anyone that's still here, your brother's got his business going.
Anyone needs anything, look it up. Kess Construction.
We'll put all the. I know he doesn't maybe have, but
I'll get those photos of the. I got a good album of the military photos.
Good.
This is before these came out there. Nowadays, you can take pictures and send them instantly there. I had my, wind up.
We would have been expelled from high school way before.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I love you.
No.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Thanks, dude. It's great.
Bam.
Awesome, man. Good stuff.